You. You. What's up, y'all? Tell Like It Is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. Y'all already know the like button is free. Anyway, man, let's get into this fight, man, with Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. First of all, um, I'm just gonna give my quick recap of the fight night. Shout out to Benn Rodriguez. I thought old boy was kind of whooping on Benn Rodriguez's ass. I ain't gonna sit up and hold y'all. I don't know how y'all was looking at that fight, but old boy was in it to win it, but Bam ended up knocking his ass out. Shout out to Benn Rodriguez on the fight tonight. He put up them little motherfuckers was out there banging. They was playing rock 'em sock 'em robot out there. You know what I mean? But shout out to Benn Rodriguez, man, getting that magnificent knockout tonight. That was crazy. Um, Obviously, listen, the real main event was Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Let's just be real about that. So even though the main event was the main event, I'm gonna go with the main event first. I thought that Anthony Yard was definitely doing a lot of great things. I don't know if he was listening to the commentary because I felt like that was going on in these fights that people were listening to the commentary and they was because they're there, they're in the ring. The commentary is ringside. They're saying all this shit during ringside, and I felt like motherfuckers start switching up their fight because they listening to what the commentators is saying. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that, to be honest. That's just my observation of what I was watching tonight. Um, but Anthony Yard was doing a great job boxing and counter punching and shit like that. He just kind of fell into the game, and I think he hurt Benavidez in his fight. He definitely hurt Benavidez in his fight, but he just wasn't able to capitalize on it. But shout out to David Benavidez. He got the victory tonight. He was he was David Benavidez. It is what it is. But he definitely got hurt. He showed he can get hurt, and this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all, a lot of y'all get out here and think David Benavidez will beat the fuck out of Canelo. I think a lot of y'all tripping. Y'all don't know boxing. Canelo gonna catch his ass with something clean, and that boy gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? That boy gonna be hurt for real, for real. Y'all sleeping on Canelo and shit like that. That's my personal opinion. That's why I'm mad with Canelo that he never took the fight, because me personally, I think he'll beat David Benavidez. That's my personal opinion. But who knows? But shout out to David Benavidez. He the WBA champ, WBC champ, unified. Obviously, he's going to be in the. What found it funny though, he could be outboxed. I think Bivol got a real good chance at David Benavidez. But if David Benavidez if he catch Bivol with some crazy shit, yeah, he out of there. Because David Benavidez got real power. I do believe in that. I do believe in that. David Benavidez got real power. He catch your ass with some shit clean, you gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? The emergency lights, the smoke detector, everything is going off at the end of the day. Like, yeah, it's the check engine light is definitely coming off. If David Benavidez hit your ass clean, straight up and down, I give him his credit on that. But shout out to David Benavidez. But the real main event, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the real main event, because listen, man, I ain't do a prediction video because I've been working my ass off. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, man. Your boy is tired. It is what it is, man. But I ain't do a prediction video. But in my heart of hearts was really rolling with Devin Haney, because I felt like everybody was just, Brian Norman Jr. was very confident. Their team was very confident. And I felt like, to a certain degree, it was a little bit overconfidence, because it's like, all right, I mean, yeah, you knock some motherfuckers out, but they not in a real competition of what Devin Haney has been fighting. And we got to be honest about that. Whether y'all like Devin Haney, y'all call him Piddle Fist, and we're going to get into the Piddle Fist shit. We're going to get into that. But anyway, y'all call him Piddle Fist. He can't crack an egg, this, that, and the third. He can't hurt nobody. He ain't got no power, right? And man, everybody really kind of felt that, man, if because of the Ryan Garcia fight, if Brian Norman Jr. could hit him with some shit, man, he might be able to stop goddamn Devin Haney. Man, Devin Haney came out in this fight, man. Man, shout out to Devin Haney, man. I'm listen, man. I'm gonna keep it a dollar bean with y'all because a lot of people really was thinking that this was the test for Devin Haney, for him to really go through the fire and get this win at the end of the day. Man, shout out to Devin Haney, man. He went and did that tonight, man. He went and did that tonight, man. I don't care how much of a Devin Haney hater you is, man. You gotta eat that shit tonight, dog. You gotta eat that. Pillow fist? Pillow fist knocked the man down in the second round. Damn near could have stopped him. Damn near could have stopped him. Ate him up with the jab. My only thing for Devin Haney, because Brian Norman Jr. was winning a lot of the rounds later on in the fight, but it really because Deb stopped using his jab and he wasn't going to the body. Now, where I'm gonna say where Brian Norman Jr. was going wrong with is that he was focused way too much on trying to hit him with a knockout punch. Bro, you got to break him down. You got to hit him to the body. Come down to that body at the end of the day. Everything for him was, if Devin is moving and this, that, and the third, how you going to slow somebody moving down when you boxing? Bro, you got to hit him to the body. You got to slow him down. Make him think about that. He got to take that toe to the body at the end of the day. Throw them shots down low. Throw them shots hard down low. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't got to be focused up top. And I felt like, definitely with the commentary that was going on, what I was listening to, I felt like Brian Norman Jr. started fighting the fight based on what the commentary was saying and not based on what his fucking corner was trying to tell him. At the end of the day, that's my personal take about that. But anyway, it don't matter. Marvelous motherfucking performance from goddamn Devin Haney tonight, man. You gotta give the boy some credit, man. Gotta give the boy credit tonight, man. Shout out to Devin Haney, man, because a lot of people really thought his ass was gonna get out here and get knocked out. Don't you get out here and lie. Don't y'all niggas get out here and lie. Don't you niggas get out here and start fibbing, talk about, oh man, I knew he was gonna be Brian Norman Jr. He a bum. He this. Man, he ain't beat nobody. He just beat a Chinese dude and he knocked out this bum and knocked out that bum. Don't y'all niggas get out here and do it. I ain't gonna let y'all niggas do it, man. I ain't gonna let y'all do it. Y'all thought, and listen, Brian Norman Jr. was super confident. He was super confident coming to this fight. To the point I was like, I kind of was buying stock into that nigga actually beating goddamn Devin Haney. But nah. It's levels to the game, man. And shout out to Devin Haney. That jab was just marvelous, man. When he threw it, he stopped throwing that bitch later on in the fight. And I felt like that lost him rounds, in my personal opinion. But maybe he was worried about the impact of what Brian Norman Jr. was, giving him at the end of the day. Because, he still was strong throughout the fight. But, man, Brian Norman Jr. to me fought the wrong fight. It is what it is. Devin Haney capitalized and did what he did, outboxed him. And like I said, he had the jab going. He would have pumped that jab a little bit more. I think he could have stopped Brian Norman Jr. if Devin Haney would have stabbed that jab down to the body, because fucking Brian Norman Jr. was just coming to you straight up and down. He wasn't even moving his head. He was coming to you straight up and down. So jab down to the body, make that strong jab, bow, hit his ass to the body. He gonna feel that. And then and you break him down that way. You know what I'm saying? You break him down with stabbing him down to the body. Obviously, be super efficient as far as your defense coming back, because you don't know what he's throwing. Make sure you on that telephone. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you on that telephone coming back when you stab down to that body. But at the end of the day, I feel like if Devin Haney would have mixed that up and then came up top with that after mixing that up and stabbing him down to the body with the jab, bro, he would have stopped. He would have stopped Brian Norman Jr. On my mama, that nigga would have stopped him. On my mama, he would have stopped him. Brian Norman Jr. was ready to go multiple times in this fight. Multiple times. But I think what Devin Haney was getting hit with shit too, to be honest. He was getting hit with shit too that was buzzing his ass. So I felt like, it was what it was. But and everybody could say, oh man, he should have did this, he should have did that. If you not the motherfucker get hit with the punches, then you can't tell a motherfucker what he should have did after getting rocked with a clean shot. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, a lot of casual fans and shit, they just be out here talking for real. Unless you actually been out here in the trenches and really done been wrong with shots and motherfucking gave out shots, you know how that shit can go. So it is what it is. But man, shout out to Devin Haney, man. Marvelous performance. But the point of this video is this hating ass nigga Eddie Hearn. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this performance, because everybody talked about Devin Haney running. He gonna run for this fight. Devin Haney is gonna be scared. He gonna fight scary. He gonna be running around the ring like Shakur Stevenson in the Edwin DeSantos fight, right? He didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. This motherfucking Brian Norman Jr. had his opportunities to do, to throw his shots. He decided he wanted to be a grappler and a wrestler tonight. That's what he decided he wanted to do. All that tough talk this nigga was talking throughout the whole, oh man, yeah man, I got a game plan. He decided he wanted to be goddamn Farouk from the goddamn Nation of Domination from the WWF. That's what he decided he wanted to do. He made a Benn decision in the second round. That's what the man did. That's what the man did, man. And for Eddie Hearn and this corny ass nigga Benn to get they weak ass up here and trash this man performance like he was running around all night is fucking diabolical. And even the fucking reporter that was interviewing they weak ass at the end of the day had to jump in multiple times like, yo, he wasn't running. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't care how much of a Devin Haney hater or Bill Haney hater you are of them. Bro, they did not run this fight. They did not. They did not. They brought belt to ass. That's what they did. They brought belt to ass. You can't help that. They brought belt to ass tonight. You know what I'm saying? They showed up and showed out. Eddie Hearn is a motherfucking joke, man. He's a clown. He's a sucker MC, man. Straight up and down. But let's get into this, man. Anyway, fair accuse. Shout out to Shade, Nas, Sweet Potato. This is her video. This is the only video I could really find on YouTube of these niggas hating, because when I was watching this shit, I'm like, yo, these niggas is hating on an all-time level, bro. Like, this is all-time level hating. Like, this man just whooped this motherfucker ass at the end of the day. You talking about your fighter wants to come down to 147. This man just put on a marvelous performance, and now you talking about other fighters, nigga. You ducking the smoke. You ducking the smoke. You scared. You just seen what happened right in your face, and you want to get up here and play games like you don't want to fight this man for a world title. Man, you a clown. You a clown, man. You a sucker MC, man. Get this nigga out of boxing, man. But anyway, man, this is shit this shit that irritate me with boxing, bro. But anyway, let's get into this sucker ass shit.
Eddie Hearn is the biggest clown. That fight was not born. He is a hater. He is a snake. And Benn, you're next to get dropped. Rolly, you want to fight Rolly? Eddie Hearn is the biggest snake. And why does he have those short shorts on? Come on. Come on.
Yeah, first of all, man, your shorts way too short. That's why Benn to me is a clown ass nigga. It is what it is, man. I don't mean to cherry pick shit, but he's a clown, bro. I never really respect Benn. He a clown. It is what it is. He got popped for steroids. He got popped being dirty at the end of the day in the sport of boxing. So we all know he's not really a clean fighter. You got to question a lot of his wins to get to the point that where he got to, where his ass got popped dirty for PEDs at the end of the day. So, he's a sucker MC in the sport of boxing, in my opinion. I don't respect him. He's a clown. Eddie Hearn, straight clown. Get out here and act like you sleeping during this man performance. This man, Devin Haney was putting on a boxing lesson on goddamn Brian Norman Jr., where everybody thought that this nigga was going to knock him out. Y'all thought he was going to knock him out. Y'all thought, oh man, this, that, and the third. Devin Haney, he going to sleep. Devin Haney, a lot of the talk on the street, let's be honest, man. A lot of the talk on the streets that Devin Haney was going to sleep. That's what the streets was saying. And I ain't even spitting bars, but I'm just saying. A lot of the talk on the street is that Devin Haney was going to sleep. That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. That man went out there. Not only did he dominate him in periods in time in the fight, but he dropped the nigga and could have stopped him. Man, bro. Yo, listen, man. Devin Haney at 147 might be a different beast, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. All that weight draining, and there's a lot of truth to what could have been said. Oh, Devin Haney, he was a weight bully. That's probably why he couldn't knock motherfuckers out, because he draining himself to get down to 135, draining himself to get down to 140. He can't really make them weights for real. He probably a big kid at the end of the day. Eat good and shit like that. That motherfucker probably walking around at getting damn near 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, 147 might be a good weight. I think between Devin Haney, 147, 154 might be really where he can really show his power for real. Because listen, man, that motherfucker talking all that shit about this nigga ain't got no power, bro. When he hit his ass with that check left hook in that second round, he was done. He was done. He was worried about getting hit with that the whole rest of the fight. He was done. He was done. He was done, bro. He was done. He was worried about getting hit with that. And listen, man. Listen. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to Devin Haney. I don't care how much of a Devin Haney hater you is, man. You got to give that boy some credit for what he did tonight, man. Shout out to him, man, because a lot of people thought he was going to sleep tonight. You know what I'm saying? Don't be honest. Be honest. Y'all looking at them knockouts with Brian Norman Jr. like, oh, shit, if he catch Haney and Haney got hit like that from Brian Garcia, you know what I'm saying? He might sleep. He might sleep the goddamn Devin. Ain't he a nigga? He might actually sleep him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thought that. Don't get up here and start playing games like motherfuckers didn't think that was possible of Devin Haney going to sleep. Man, get that boy his credit, man. Get that boy his credit, man. That's all I say, man, on this shit, man. I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Fuck all that, man. Eddie Hearn is a fucking clown. He's a fucking clown and a bozo. And Benn is a bozo. Straight clown, a weirdo at the end of the day. And, you just got to let weirdos be weirdos at the end of the day. I guess it just is what it is. And it's if it's in his weirdo spiritism, then let the motherfucker just be a weirdo at the end of the day and be a hater and a sucker MC. You know what I'm saying? Let him be a sucker MC then. Fuck it. Let me hold on real quick. Let me show y'all some other shit. Now, this is a little weak-ass nigga out here now calling out Ryan Garcia and all these niggas. First of all, Ryan Garcia doesn't even have a belt. This is how much of a sucker that he is. And this is why, like, boxing be getting watered down. Because nobody wants to fight. Like, when a nigga is really good at being a champion, nobody really want to fight that nigga for real, dog. Like, this is proof in the pudding. Like, Devin Haney went out here and had a great... Why wouldn't you want to get out here and fight pound for pound one of the best? He was undisputed at 135. He became another champion at 140. Going up to 147, just accomplished being a WBO champion at 147. He's a champion. You don't want to fight him? Because you got this weird ass obsession of you want some rock'em. Man, this nigga's a clown, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, this nigga's a clown, man. I don't respect these dudes, man. I don't respect them, man. I don't, man. This generation of boxing is ass, man. It's just ass, man. Don't nobody want to really fight nobody, man. Motherfuckers want fights that they can feel like they can win because, oh, man, he's a slick fighter, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch him, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, man. He just made this opponent look easy like he an amateur. Well, nigga, step your game up then, nigga. Step your game up. What you whining for? Weak-ass niggas, man. I can't do this. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to Devin Haney. He is. Listen, bro. The dude Devin Haney is keeping boxing at a float at this point, bro. Cause he's really going out here fighting niggas that like, yo, nah, I don't know, dog. Yeah, I don't know. You trying to get into that? You trying to fuck with that nigga, man? I don't know, man. And he getting out here and he don't bust this nigga ass, man. Yo, he bust this nigga ass tonight. Dog. Pause, pause, man. But goddamn, yo, shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to Devin Haney tonight, man. Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn, y'all clowns. Anybody clowning his performance, y'all clowns. Y'all just haters. And y'all niggas can eat wood. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to Devin Haney and what I think he should do next, I think he should try to unify. Well, whoever the champion is, try to become undisputed at 147, man. That was a marvelous performance. I just wish he would have used his jab a little bit more and stabbing it down to the body. You know what I'm saying? You got to stab that jab down to the body. When you got the jab, when you can flick that motherfucker and you hitting him with it every fucking time, you got to trick him up, hit him down to the body with it. So therefore, when you do come up top and you do a 1-2, it's down low up top. And now you that opens up everything once you ever to hit him with that. He got to be worried about that shit. He don't know where the punches is coming from. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thing with Devin Haney in his fight because I really feel like, yo, he could have stopped Brian Norman. He could have stopped this nigga, man. Straight up and down. He could have. But he just wasn't stabbing to the jab with the body and mixing it up. That's the only thing. But he definitely had the punching power to fucking to get his attention. You know what I'm saying? All this pillow fish shit, he ain't got to drain himself to get down to these weights. So now he might have a little bit more pack on his punch. You see what I'm saying? Down at 147. So he might have a little bit more pack on his punch now. So, yeah. You can fuck around and really get hurt from Devin now. If you guys get caught clean. Straight up and down. You get caught clean, especially early in the fight. I feel like with Devin though, sometimes his power kind of wanes down later on in the fights. But in the beginning of the fight, Devin power is normally is he can hurt you with a shot early in the fight, for sure. And we seen it in the Ryan Garcia, even though with the Ryan Garcia fight, it was what it was. Osirine and he got busted for the fight, and the fight got disqualified. But Devin hurt him early in the fight. Devin power really carries early in a fight. And the reason why I feel like Devin's power don't carry late in the fight is because he's headhunting so much. He's headhunting in defense. If he stabs down to the body with the jab a little bit more, like I said, he got to be defensively sound, keeping that phone up. You know what I'm saying? But as long as he do that, pow, throw that stiff jab, hit that motherfucker to the body. You putting rounds in the bank on that. Do that early in the fight. So then, therefore, like I said, when you fake like you about to stab down to the body, you come up top. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker gonna get hurt. He gonna get hurt with that. That's a shot he ain't gonna see. And I feel like Devin at this point, when he's at this weight, I feel like he really can hurt people for real. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers seen what happened tonight, man. Conor Benn start talking a different tune. He don't want no smoke. That's all I heard. I heard the bitch come out of a nigga tonight. That's what I heard. I heard a straight bitch come out of a nigga tonight talking about, oh yeah, no, I'd rather fight Ryan Garcia, who don't got no belt. Mario Barrios, who literally just got in a life and death and literally lost to a 47-year-old man in Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, right? You want to fight these niggas, but you don't want to fight this. You don't want to fight Devin Haney. Like, nigga, you a clown. You a straight weasel, man. You want to fight Rolly Romero. You a clown. You know what I'm saying?
Vegas, that is the dream.
Yes.
If we can make that happen, that's what I want next. If not, then we go Rolly. If not, then we can go for
Devin.
I'll keep it PG. We can keep it for Haney.
We can go PG. We can keep it for Haney. This nigga's a hater. You just hating on this man when he went out there and gave a dominant performance. At the end of the day, let's just be honest, gave a straight dominant performance where a lot of people in the boxing world, let's be honest, we were worried about, hey man, if this motherfucker, he seemed real confident. He really feel like he about to stand on some business. You know what I'm saying? And if he catch Devin Haney with some shit, it might be trouble for him. And Devin Haney went out there, man. Not only did he drop the boy, he damn near was dominating the fight at points in time. When he was using his jab, he got off that jab is where he was giving up rounds, in my opinion. When I seen that the fights was kind of lopsided, listen, a lot of y'all might be think the 114, 113 might be a crazy score. It's not really a crazy score. Devin Haney was definitely getting hit with a lot of shots in that fight. It is what it is. He was. They just wasn't hurting him as an effect to where it seemed like where Brian Norman Jr. was getting hurt with shots. That's just the difference. But Brian Norman Jr. was absolutely tagging Devin Haney. He was. He was. I mean, he was. So that's not really, but I thought Devin definitely won the fight. Even in the 114, 113, I thought he definitely won the fight. Devin definitely gave up rounds in the middle part of the fight. But like I said, man, because he got away from that jab. And then he started worried about being countered over the jab. Devin has to be able to work that jab throughout a 12-round fight, man. You got to be able to work that jab, man. Whether that's a conditioning issue or a reflex issue, because you have to be able to, worry about the counter over the jab at the end of the day. But you got to be able to keep that stick to keep a motherfucker at bay, especially when they got power like that. And if you ain't gonna do that, then stab them down to the body. That's how you're gonna take that power away from fighters that are heavy-handed. You're gonna take the power away by stabbing down to the body and being able to, wind them out. You know what I'm saying? And I think as Devin grows, I think if he practices on stabbing down to the body, because he got a great jab. If he can do that down to the body, straight down like how Mayweather would do, then he would be super effective on his offense. That would open up so much for his offense, because like I said, Devin is cracking. Say what y'all want to say. The boy cracking. Say what y'all niggas want to say. Pillow fist. Listen, at 147, that boy cracking. He cracking shit at 147. So pause. But listen, man. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. I ain't gonna keep the video too much. I'm just gonna show these clown ass niggas one more time. Hold up real quick. All right, so this is kind of Benn and them out there. He's sleeping on Master Eddie, acting like he's sleeping watching the Devin Haney fight. This nigga's a cornball. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's a straight cornball. And it is what it is, man. I don't respect Conor Benn, man. He's a clown. And I hope I hope they fight, real talk. And I hope Devin Haney beat the brakes off of motherfucking Conor Benn, because he's a fucking weak-ass bitch at the end of the day to be out here hating. And because this nigga, like, bro, what have you done in the sport of boxing? You've done nothing in the sport of boxing at all. At all. Literally, nothing in the sport of boxing. But you got this fucking entitled behavior. Like you that nigga or something. Like, you not, bro. Just relax. You ain't won no belt, nigga. You ain't did nothing. Know what I'm saying? Fuck you out here talking about. Know what I'm saying? Like, cause you beat Chris Eubanks Jr. Nigga. Woo-hoo, whoop-de-doo, nigga. Like Young Thug would say, right? Whoop-de-doo, nigga. Like, nigga, you ain't did nothing. Devin Haney, the motherfucking, at least this nigga done became undisputed, won all the belts at 135, won a WBC belt at 140, jumped up to 147, and now is the WBO champion at motherfucking 147. He's a three-weight champion at the end of the day and became undisputed at one of them. What have you done? You haven't done shit in the sport of boxing, but you running around here running your mouth like you that nigga or something. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And this is the shit that's weird as fuck about boxing that y'all be allowing with these boxers, bro. And this shit irritates me. It's like motherfuckers who really chase this shit, y'all don't give a fuck about. Y'all hate these motherfuckers. Y'all hate them. Y'all hate them with a passion too. But the motherfuckers who don't really give a fuck about the boxing game and proving about being the best, none of that shit, y'all love these motherfuckers, dog. It's sickening, man. Man, listen, man, it is what it is, dog. I ain't about to stress myself out about this fucking boxing shit, man. Y'all niggas is corny as fuck, and that's all I gotta say about that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is weirdos and lames as fuck. At the end of the day, hating on this young man's fucking performance when he got out here and shocked the world, low key shocked the world because a lot of y'all thought that nigga was going to sleep. Let's be honest. Let's be honest for once in a while. Let's be fucking honest. Y'all thought he was going to sleep. That's what y'all thought. And the man got out here and did his thug dizzle. And not only that, he dropped and rocked the nigga throughout the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? And he out here acting like a hoe. Look at this nigga. Out here acting like he's sleeping, putting his hood on, laying on Eddie Hearn's shoulder and shit as a grown-ass man. Get this lame-ass nigga out of here, man. It kind of been as a lame. I don't respect that nigga, man. I hope Devin Haney find it, he get an opportunity. Man, beat the shit out this nigga Conor Benn, dog. Straight up and down, man. Conor Benn is a weak-ass bitch at the end of the day. I don't respect that nigga for nothing. He's a lame. And when Devin Haney put hands and feet on that nigga, dog, I'm going to be so fucking proud because he's seen what he's not going to be able to do. He think he going to be able to go in there and power punch and do that shit he did with Chris Eubanks Jr. He got the game fucked up. That's why he pivoted and started talking about wanting to fight Ryan Garcia and all these other dudes that's going to stand right in front of him and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he started talking like that, because he seen what Devin Haney did and now his ass got scared. And he seen that boy got pop at 147. They seen that boy got pop at 147. They like, oh, damn, he gonna outbox me and he gonna be able to hit me with shit I ain't gonna be able to see. God damn. Yeah, he might be dangerous at 147. Yeah, give me Ryan Garcia. Give me Rolly Romero. Yeah, man, this Devin Haney shit, man, this shit boring, man. Nobody wanna watch that. This shit's tiring. I'm falling asleep. I ain't falling asleep, nigga. I was watching the fight. I was entertained. I was seeing if Brian Norman Jr. was going to stand on some business. And he couldn't. Devin Haney, he was right there to be hit. He couldn't. He decided he wanted to be a professional wrestler. That's what he decided he wanted to do. Now, whether y'all get in here and say the fix is in or whatever the case may be, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what his corner was telling him and what he was going in the ring doing, he was doing two totally different things. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And a part of that might have been maybe the fix wasn't in. He just was worried about Devin Haney's power at 147. See what I'm saying? Everybody could talk that shit until you were actually the nigga getting punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? When you the motherfucker getting punched in the face, you can say, oh man, why he ain't stabbed out? Why he ain't do this? Why he ain't do that? Man, why he ain't do it? He said he was gonna do this, yeah, until you the nigga that get hit by the motherfucker and you like, hold up. Oh, this motherfucker could really pack a punch. You know what I'm saying? Then the game plan kind of changes. You see what I'm saying? You ain't the nigga getting punched in the face. So it's easy for a motherfucker to get out here and probably trash and jump on Brian Norman Jr. ass because they probably don't lost some money and shit like that. It's easy for you to say that until you the nigga getting punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? And you out here trying to win a fight. You know what I mean? You can't be out here getting reckless. And Devin Haney obviously got popped at 147 to where the point he can get your attention of thinking like, oh, you just gonna come in here and think you just going just just do it, just have your way. You're not about to have your way, fam. You know what I'm saying? You got some shit to be worried about on the back end. And that's what I think Devin Haney did in this fight, man, honestly, in my personal opinion. And that's the most thing I was impressed by with Devin Haney, honestly, in this fight. Like I said, my only criticism for Devin Haney was that, man, you could have used that jab down to the body, brother. You could have used that jab down to the body and you could have stopped. You could have stopped him. You could have stopped him, brother. You could have stopped him. You hold enough power at 147 to where the point you can get out here. You can start stopping motherfuckers now. Straight up. You're not draining yourself like that. You have enough power in your punch to where the point you can get out here and really, you know, keep your endurance high though. You're gonna have to keep your endurance high. You're gonna have to get out here and run them miles. Put that bag work in. 10,000 hours. Got to become a master at that craft. At the end of the day, of all things, jab down to the body. This, that, and the third. Continue working on your craft, man. And I think you can really be an all-time great, man. I really do, man. I'm a believer after tonight, man. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. I think Devin Haney can really be a all-time great, man. But he got it's some things he got to work on though. He got to work on some things. He got to work on some things for sure. But I'm a believer after tonight, man. I think, like I said, man, a lot of people really thought he was gonna get out here and get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? That's what the streets were saying. The streets were saying he was gonna get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And he went out here and boxed circles around old boy and was putting the beats on him. And not only that, everybody thinking that he was gonna get knocked out and all that. He actually the nigga that knocked somebody down. He actually the nigga that knocked somebody down at the end of the day. So man, shout out to Devin Haney, man. Marvelous performance, man. This is probably to me the most impressive performance that I've seen from Devin Haney in his career. Straight up. Straight up and down. I'm going to say this is the best performance I've seen from him in his fucking career. Straight up. Because even though, like, the Cambosa shit, all right, cool. You know, he beat T.O., okay, T.O., whatever. But, you know, Devin is like, okay, you know, as long as there's no jankiness in the game, he should beat Cambosis, right? He fights Cambosis again. The Lomachenko fight, you know, that could have went either way. I'm going to be honest with y'all on that. But he pulls out the victory in that. Regis, he actually does what he does with Regis. Ryan Garcia, we all know Ryan Garcia cheated that fight. Unless you just hate Devin Haney, you just going to make whatever excuse for Ryan Garcia cheating that fight. It is what it is, right? But this particular fight, right, the Jose Ramirez fight, he was running. He ran to a victory type of shit. Okay, that's the narrative. Devin Haney's a runner. He's shell shocked from getting hit by Ryan Garcia. He jumps in this fight right here. And this motherfucker was in the pocket with this motherfucker to where the point. He was hittable. He was definitely hit, and he was getting hit with shots. I want you to understand it. Devin Haney was definitely getting hit with shots. You know what I'm saying? So for people to act like the shit really was on Brian Norman Jr., to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Because Devin Haney was definitely getting hit with shots. But at the end of the day, man, you know, he withstand them shots, and he gave the most punishment. He dealt the most punishment out in that fight. Period. Point blank. And shout out to Devin Haney, man. Marvelous performance from him. Like I said, he took a lot of punishment because, like I said, he got away from the jab. That's the only reason why he started getting hit with shots, because he got away from the fucking jab. And I don't know if that was because he got tired or he was worried about getting countered over the jab, because, like I said, he was getting hit with shots. So maybe that could have played into him not throwing his jab as much in the middle rounds of that fight, where I felt like if there was rounds that could have went to Brian Norman Jr., it would have been in those rounds. But Devin Haney, I think he needs to not only establish a jab where it's up top, establish a jab down low, right to the middle of the fucking stomach, right there. Bah! Hit that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucker right there, dog. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker, especially if a motherfucker gonna stand right in front of you, straight up and down, and not even bob his head side to side, nothing. He just coming to you straight up and down. Back up, stab down to the body, back up. You know what I'm saying? Jab up top, jab down to the stomach. Jab down to the stomach. Hold on. You think I'm gonna go up top? Jab back down to the stomach again. Okay, bang. Right hand up top. You know what I'm saying? I think when Devin Haney finds out, when he really gets it going, bro, I think he's gonna be a problem, bro. I think he's really gonna be a problem, but We gonna see, man. But the sky's the limit for Devin Haney, man. Sky's the limit. Marvelous performance. I'm definitely excited for Devin Haney at the 147 pound division. Like I said, I was skeptical of this fight. This is one of these fights. I'm gonna be honest. It was 50-50 to me, nigga. I'm gonna be honest. 50-50. 50-50. Because Brian Norman Jr. act like he was really ready to step on shit and stand on business. This was a 50-50 fight to me. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney got out here. Not only he dropped him, he rocked him, he outboxed him, he outclassed him in points and times in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Did he let Brian Norman Jr. get in the fight? Yes, he did. Did he get hit with shots? Absolutely. He definitely got hit with shots. More times than was given credit for from Brian Norman Jr., to be honest. But I definitely thought that you know, Brian Norman Jr. He did his thing. He did his thing. I'm not mad at Brian Norman Jr. at all. But I'm more impressed with Devin Haney with his performance in this jab in his fight. And like I said, the only disappointment I had from Devin Haney was getting away from that jab. Getting away from that jab and stab it down to the body. Everything a jab ain't gonna always be to the head. Sometimes, you know, when a guy's strong, especially when a guy is strong, you got to stab down to that body. Take that wind out his ass and weaken him down as later on in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Get your body working early. So that way when, it get down later on in the fight, them punches ain't really got no kind of really sting on them. You know what I'm saying? To where as opposed, Brian Norman Jr. really looked like could still hurt Devin Haney late in the fight if he just caught him with a punch. You see what I'm saying? But shout out to Devin though, man. Marvelous performance from Devin, man. Eddie Hearn is a clown. Conor Benn is a clown. I don't respect none of them niggas. I hope Conor Benn get knocked out, and I hope everybody in Eddie Hearn's stable get knocked out. Now I'm rooting for Jake Paul. I hope Jake Paul knock out Anthony. I hope it's a scripted fight and it destroyed the fucking career of goddamn Anthony Joshua. Anything to do with Eddie Hearn, he's a fucking clown, and I can no longer respect anything that he got going on. And that's my personal opinion on that. And I stand on that. And I'm gonna stand on that straight up and down. That was classless for them to get up there and trash that boy victory like that, man. That was straight classless. That's not that. Yeah, bro. That's classless, bro. That's straight classless, man. I can't do that shit, man. I'm passionate about that shit. I can't do that, man. That's disgusting from Eddie Hearn and Conor Benn. Two lame ass niggas at the end of the day. I'm not respecting that. It is what it is. But anyway, man, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is, man. So shout out to the day ones, man. Shout out to the new ones, man. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, man, tell it like it is TV, man. Shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to Bill Haney, brother Bill. Marvelous performance. I know you hellified, excited about the win for your son. This was a big win for him, man. There's things that he definitely can work on. But man, marvelous fucking performance, man, and I'm happy. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the Brian Norman family as well. Got yourself up from the country, being able to go ahead and become champion, this, that, and the third. Do your thing, get into the spotlight, get paid, make some money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely happy for them as well. It just wasn't victorious for the Norman family. You know what I'm saying? But man, marvelous performance marvelous debut from Devin Haney at 147, man. And I think Devin Haney might be in the point where he might start rocking and stopping motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? He just got to pick that offensive game up a little bit more. He pick up that offensive game up a little bit more at 147. He might stop some people. You know what I'm saying? He get a little bit more aggressive, a little bit meaner out there. You know what I'm saying? He got to get a little bit more meaner out there. I think he can stop some people for real. Cause he definitely hold enough power to be able to really get a motherfucker attention. So you hit a motherfucker consistently enough times and be a little bit meaner with that shit. Yeah, you enter in the Terrence Crawford range. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Terrence Crawford when he entered the 147 division, and that he was mean. He had power at 147, but he was mean. He was looking to get your ass up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He was looking to get you up out of there. If he knew he had you hurt, or he was looking to get you, he was looking to cash out on your ass, straight up and down. And I think Devin needs to find that mean streak to really be ready to get a motherfucker up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And that really kind of comes down to the person's soul. You know what I'm saying? Devin got to find that mean streak within him, whether it's the haters, whether it's the people that doubt him. He got to find that mean streak, because he could have stopped old boy tonight, but he didn't have that mean streak in him. He didn't have it. He ain't have it. That's the only flaw I can say in that. He ain't have it in him. He kind of coasted to the victory, where he could have just stepped on him. You know what I'm saying? Could have stepped on him, straight up and down. But anyway, man, don't get mad at me, man. I just gotta tell it like it is, man. Shout out to day one. Shout out to new ones, man. Make sure niggas hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. Anyways, the like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, tell like it is TV. We out of here, y'all. One.